In the evolving landscape of international relations, the United States' approach to China remains a focal point of discussion. Recent insights from former President Donald Trump's inner circle reveal a spectrum of strategies for navigating this complex relationship. As the geopolitical climate grows more intricate, these perspectives could influence future U.S. China ties significantly. Trump's inner circle presents a diverse array of opinions about how best to engage with China, reflecting the broader debate within U.S. foreign policy circles. Some advisors advocate for a hardline stance, emphasizing measures such as tariffs and sanctions to counter China's economic practices. China has been playing a long game and we need to respond in kind, one advisor remarked, underscoring the belief that a confrontational approach is necessary to safeguard American interests. Conversely, others in Trump's team suggest a more diplomatic route. They argue for the possibility of a negotiated reset in relations, emphasizing that dialogue can lead to mutual benefits. Engagement rather than isolation could open doors to cooperation on critical issues such as climate change and global security, another advisor noted. This perspective aligns with a growing recognition that collaboration with China may be essential in addressing transnational challenges that affect both nations. The discourse around U.S. China relations is further complicated by the recent inauguration of President Trump, which saw notable Chinese representation. Analysts interpret this as a significant gesture that could indicate a willingness to revive dialogue and explore opportunities for collaboration. The implications of this representation are profound, suggesting that both nations may be at a crossroads where traditional adversarial postures could give way to a more nuanced engagement. The potential for a negotiated reset in U.S. China relations is underscored by the urgent need for both countries to address pressing global issues. With economic interdependencies and shared challenges such as climate change and cybersecurity, the stakes for cooperation have never been higher. However, navigating this path will require careful balancing, particularly given the lingering tensions over trade, technology, and human rights. As the Biden administration continues to outline its foreign policy priorities, the insights from Trump's inner circle serve as a reminder of the divergent strategies that can shape U.S. China relations. Whether the future will favor confrontation or collaboration remains uncertain, but the discussions within Trump's team highlight the importance of this bilateral relationship in the context of global stability. Looking ahead, the dynamics of U.S.-China relations will likely evolve as both nations reassess their strategies. The world watches closely, anticipating whether the lessons learned from past engagements will inform a more constructive dialogue or whether entrenched positions will prevail. In this critical geopolitical arena, the choices made in the coming months could have far-reaching implications for global governance and security. As the world enters a new chapter in global diplomacy, the relationship between the United States and China remains a focal point of international attention. The evolving dynamics of this relationship, particularly in the context of the Trump 2.0 era, have profound implications not only for the two superpowers but also for global trade, security, and technological advancement. Recent developments indicate that both nations are now reconsidering their strategies, potentially paving the way for a negotiated reset in ties that have been fraught with tension. On January 21, 2025, Reuters reported that former President Donald Trump's administration appears to be leaning towards a more diplomatic approach in dealing with China. This shift comes amid ongoing concerns regarding economic competition and security issues which have dominated U.S.-China relations over the past few years. As Trump raises the prospects for a negotiated reset, analysts are cautiously optimistic. A dialogue is crucial, says David Shambaugh, a professor of political science at George Washington University. Both nations need to find common ground to address the challenges they face. Meanwhile, the potential for a diplomatic thaw is not limited to U.S.-China relations alone. The Financial Times highlighted Malaysia's strategic pivot towards Singapore as a response to the mounting tensions between the U.S. and China. Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has signaled a desire to strengthen ties with Singapore, recognizing the need for regional cooperation in an increasingly polarized geopolitical landscape. As Anwar noted, in times of uncertainty it is vital for neighboring countries to collaborate and support one another. The ongoing discussions at international forums such as the recent Davos conference further underscore the urgency of addressing these issues. Notably, Deng Xuexiang, a senior Chinese official, cautioned that advancements in artificial intelligence (AI) could either become Alibaba's cave filled with immense opportunity or a Pandora's box that unleashes unforeseen challenges. His comments reflect a broader concern about the implications of AI technology on global stability and security, emphasizing the need for responsible governance in tech development. As the Trump administration looks to navigate this complex landscape, the stakes are higher than ever. The intertwining of economic interests, technological advancements, and geopolitical maneuvering has created a multifaceted challenge for both countries. The potential for collaboration exists, but so does the risk of escalation if misunderstandings arise. The situation calls for not only strategic foresight but also a commitment to dialogue and cooperation. Looking ahead, the future of U.S. China relations will likely be shaped by these ongoing discussions and regional dynamics. Observers will be watching closely to see if the diplomatic overtures can lead to tangible agreements that address mutual concerns while fostering an environment conducive to stability and growth. As both nations grapple with their respective priorities, the hope remains that they can find a way to coexist and collaborate in an increasingly interconnected world. The coming months will be crucial in determining whether this path is achievable or if the tensions will continue to escalate, impacting not just the two nations but the global community at large. In an era where geopolitical tensions are increasingly influencing global dynamics, Taiwan has become a focal point in discussions regarding military strategy and international relations. Recent analyses have raised critical questions about the intentions of Chinese President Xi Jinping regarding Taiwan, reflecting a broader concern about security and stability in the Asia-Pacific region. As the world observes the ongoing developments, experts are divided on whether Xi will escalate military action against Taiwan or pursue a more diplomatic approach. The significance of this issue cannot be overstated, as Taiwan's strategic position serves as a vital link in the global supply chain, particularly for technology and semiconductor manufacturing. A conflict over Taiwan could have far-reaching implications not just for the region but for the global economy as well. The U.S. Navy, responding to these growing tensions, is placing substantial bets on the development of its next-generation DDG-X destroyer program. This ambitious initiative aims to enhance naval capabilities and ensure that the U.S. maintains a formidable presence in the Indo-Pacific. "We are committed to modernizing our fleet to meet the challenges of the 21st century," said a senior Navy official. The DDG-X is expected to incorporate advanced technologies including artificial intelligence and unmanned systems to bolster its operational effectiveness. Simultaneously, discussions are also surfacing about America's military supply chain, particularly the heavy reliance on China for critical components. Analysts argue that this dependency poses significant risks, especially in times of heightened geopolitical tensions. A recent opinion piece highlighted that America has outsourced its military supply chain to China, raising alarms about national security and the need for a more resilient domestic manufacturing base. The ramifications of such outsourcing could hinder the U.S. military's response capabilities in a crisis, prompting calls for urgent reforms in supply chain management. Adding another layer to the geopolitical narrative, former President Donald Trump's recent comments regarding the Panama Canal reflect a growing unease about China's influence in global infrastructure. While local observers may downplay the threat, Trump's assertions underscore a broader anxiety regarding China's strategic ambitions across Latin America. This perspective aligns with the increasing scrutiny of Chinese investments in critical infrastructure worldwide. As these developments unfold, experts emphasize the necessity for a coordinated response from the U.S. and its allies. The risk of miscalculation or conflict in the Taiwan Strait remains a pressing concern, necessitating robust diplomatic engagement alongside military readiness. The stakes are high, and the decisions made in the coming months will likely shape the geopolitical landscape for years to come. In conclusion, the interplay between military strategy, economic dependency, and international relations will continue to be a critical focus for policymakers. As the situation evolves, stakeholders from various sectors must remain vigilant and adaptive to navigate the complexities of this new era. The future of Taiwan, and indeed the stability of the Asia-Pacific region, hangs in the balance, underscoring the urgent need for strategic foresight and collaborative action.